Hello, my name is Farid Ali, and this is going to be my presentation on my application for application assignment 1, part 2. So heading over to what I need to present. Uh, so what inspired my design is if I just open up my design really quickly. So this is my little to-do list application, and it's a very simple application. Since this is my first application I ever created, uh, I decided to go with something simple, having just a simple interface where you input the task that you have to do up top, completion date, and then when you're done, this is going to be your current to-do list with everything right here. So this is my simple layout for my to-do list. And so the first thing that I'm going to show for you is just close out this really quick, is my testing, uh, my my Java testing. So I only have two tests here because just close this really quickly. In my in my controller file for my application, since it's only one scene, I decided to put everything in one scene. It's just one giant Java file that controls all the buttons, the text, the checkboxes, things like that. And the two additional methods that I included besides just the buttons were I just scroll quickly, are the add item to list. So what this does is that it takes in the information that the user enters, and then it parses it through and assigns it to an item object. And then that object gets added to the list in the table view. So that's the first thing that I do. So I just ran a simple for loop, two for loops, input a description, uh, have the completion date, which is nothing, uh, has whether or not it's finished, and I ran it, and I ran it, and then I send it to this observable list. So what this function does is if I go, actually it's down here. Uh, Here it is. So what this does is essentially in my, let me just quickly run it again, show you. Essentially what it is it creates, when the user inputs the task and the assignment date, they could filter whether or not they want to show the completed or incomplete tasks. And what this function does is it basically filters through all the tasks in the current list, and then the completed, you assign the value, whether or not it's completed, you give it a true value, or if it's not complete, you give it a false value. And it assigns, and you assign that to each task. And then this list basically, this function, this function creates a list where it only has the value, the Boolean value of the completed for the same for all of the tasks in there. So this basically just creates the items that are either complete or incomplete. And then you call the function, the create list function, to test it against this value. And then since I have 10 iterations, I have 10 different items, do the same thing for this one. Instead of passing the true value, pass the false value. So this is the first test. The second test is just the item to list. So it'll be up here actually. So basically, the adding item to list is just parsing through the information, actually adding the item to the current list. So I just ran through a couple of iterations, adding a description, completion date, whether or not it's completed, and I basically just assert that it equals you're expecting 150 items, and then the list is going to be of size whatever it is. So you call the function, and then you just clear it out when it's done. So this is the two test cases. So if I run them, okay, so the test results, the two test cases passed. Took longer than I expected. I don't know why, but those two test cases passed. So then the next thing that I have to show you is so I did show a couple times that the run actually works. So this is how it works. And now to show you the functionalities of what my program could do. I currently have most of it done. So example, if I just do task 1, I enter task name and then the date, which is today is 2021-11-07, add the task, and this is created. So the only two problems I have with my program is that I'm not sure how to figure out how to return some value for the completed section. So the first one this is false because I didn't check it was completed. So if I do task 2, a different date, 2020-11-07, and I click that it was completed, it still won't show anything. But if I click show incomplete tasks, the one that was incomplete will show. But if I click show complete tasks, this won't show. So these are the two things that I'm not sure about how to fix so far. Additional thing is I'm not able to edit any of them. I'm not sure really how to get that done so far, but everything else works. So clearly my adding tasks is not a problem. So these work. I'm prompted a result right here, and I could sort them. So sort them in alphabetical order. It works. Completion date, they sort properly. Completed doesn't work. My remove tasks work, so I could remove tasks. Let me just put some random one. So it works. Clear list works. And so I could save a list. So this works. So if I just let me just go to my desktop, I could create a file. So text file, create test case, and just click it and open, and it saves it. So let's say I want to load it again to show how that works. I just run back the program, load list, go to desktop, open it, and just comes back. So that works. So basically everything works except for the completed section right here. Show completed tasks, and that's pretty much it. So those work. And now to show the exceptions, So, oh, let me show that it could overwrite an existing list. So let's say I have this task. Okay, so we know that that file only has task 1 on it. So let me clear it and just put in a couple right here. So if I want to load the list, that's my desktop, test case, and it overrides the list. So this works. Then showing you that the exceptions that it checks whether or not the input is proper. So if I put no test name and some random thing, task invalid because I didn't enter a name for the task. So that works. And then, okay, just give it random. And then no date of completion. It prompts that you need to enter a valid completion date, and it prompts that it has no completion date, which is allowed. So that is fine. If I give it some random huge year and some month that doesn't exist, so 13th, and then some random day, which is 45, that doesn't work. So this calls to enter a valid completion date because there is no 30th month and 45 day. So those work fine. It prompts the user. So then they would have to go and remove the tasks and enter them again properly. So that works. And that's pretty much it. Pretty much it for the task. Everything else works fine. So I'll try and figure out how to, if I have time remaining, how to properly run the to sort by whether or not it's complete or not and see how we could fix that. But currently this is my project. Thank you.